In Holyoke, Massachusetts. We're at the General Thaddeus Kosciuszko Park, made May 20th, 1990, at the corner of Maple Street and Lyman Street, made to honor, of course, the general that helped in cause of the United States and also helped the cause of the Polish people to gain their freedom. He's very similar to Pulaski, General Pulaski, but of course has some very distinct differences. And what we're going to do is walk into the center, see what they have in the center, and walk to the edge and see what the edge of the park is like. Now this is at a location that's right across Maple Street from the Mater Dei Rosa Church. That church was taken down, but it was put up in 1903 because this was becoming the Polish quarters of Holyoke. All right, so right in the middle there's a stone that says General Thaddeus Kosciuszko, 1746 to 1817, Father American Artillery Revolutionary War hero, defeated the British at Saratoga, fortified West Point, and Poland's commander-in-chief from 1794 to 1795, when they gained their independence. They were the second democracy, modern democracy within the whole world, after the United States. They modeled their revolution after that of the United States Revolution. Now, to each side you have large plaques of memorial stones. The first one says World War II, 1941-1945, and it has on it all the men that died during the course of that war from Holyoke, and either, of course, Polish descent people. And it says in the very bottom, God, keep in your loving care those who have suffered much and gave their lives for their country. May they now share in your infinite love and live with you forever. There's about 60 names on there. Incredibly, the presence of the Polish in World War I from Holyoke is absolutely minimal. And the reason why is that the way they immigrated, most of the men that came from Poland in about 1900 were about 30 years old. And so they were, by the World War I, too old to serve, and their children were too young to serve. And so their presence in that war was very small, but their presence in this World War II is extremely large. Now the next stone over, memorial plaque, it says to many thousands of Polish soldiers, airmen, sailors, and paratroopers who gave their lives on the battlefield of World War II, fighting alongside of the Allied forces. For your freedom, and list all the places that the forces from Holyoke were fighting. And this memorial was dedicated May 3rd, 1987 by the Polish veterans of Holyoke. All right, so it's a great honor to have both these plaques in place. Now we're going to walk to one more plaque at the edge of the park. We're still at Kosciuszko Park, a tribute to our Gold Star mothers and all who have lost loved ones in wars past and present. We honor you, heroic women, heroic American mothers. And it has on it a symbol of a grave and a mother at the grave, probably of their son. A Gold Star mother is a mother that lost a child, usually a son, to a war that America has fought. So if you're a Gold Star mother, you were awarded with this special honor. And the back has the 5 military groups that existed back when this plaque was put up in the 1990s. Now, to the side of it and into the park, we won't go walking in there, but we're going to point towards it. There's a big cannon. This cannon might be the one that was at Springdale Park, but it says on it that it's honoring all of Holyoke by having these cannons in position so people could see what they were like in the past. And I'll go up to it, I'll read it, I'll come back and I'll read what it says. All right, it says Dahlgren shell gun number 199, found at Springdale Park in 1979 and moved up to this park. So So it used to be a showpiece, like I said, at Springdale Park. That's in Holyoke also. And a lot of these were put around the country because they weren't needed in wars anymore, and they were to honor the veterans that come back. Now, right behind us, I'm going to show you what's in the park. There's probably the oldest building in the industrial center of Holyoke, made in 1846, and it's called the Gallaudet Building. It was originally 3 stories, now it's 4 stories. But this was a sales of produce location. And before you start anything, even before you put up apartments for people, you need to have food available for those workers. And this was the first fruit site in Holyoke. And we'll go up a little bit more. The last stop. Where we are is across the street from the former Monte della Rosa, and Maple Street was the center of all the Polish neighborhood, and that's why they put up Kosciuszko Park. You notice in the distance both St. Jerome's Church and its chapel are very visible, and it used to be true that you could almost throw a stone from one chapel and reach the other one of Monte della Rosa over here. It was an incredible sight to be able to do that. So thank you for coming on this stop.